Hi guys, and welcome back to Backstage. I'm your host Maeve.
And I'm Anastasia.
And in today's podcast episode, we will be finishing our journey through the cold, dark winter night where we board along the mysterious train, the Orient Express, but with a special twist. We get to meet with the stage manager of the show, and also we are including mini mics, which are on-the-spot interviews to get to know the cast and the audience and see their perspectives on this classic murder mystery.
We will be hearing the motivations, expectations, and challenges of bringing Agatha Christie's iconic story to life, both on stage and behind the scenes. We'll also find out what they hope to learn from the stage experience, whether it's about teamwork, storytelling, or thrill of taking on a fresh perspective. Let's jump in and hear from them.
I have a joke for you, Anastasia.
Okay.
How do baby trains eat?
I don't know.
They choo-choo! Okay, can you tell us a little bit about who you are and your position in the play?
Well, my name is Ryan Lagay, and I'm the stage manager, and so I've been working under Miss Kosek and been running sound, set transitions, props, costumes, and lighting.
Okay, what's your connection to Stuart, and why have you decided to come back?
So I've been connected to Stuart since I was born. My sister went here from, I think, preschool up to her senior year. My mom has played a bunch of roles on the board and in fundraising. I went here when I was in preschool, and then my dad has had a connection with the athletics department and the mock trial department.
What makes it special to you?
I think something that makes Stuart special to me is the fact that it's such a it's such a loving community, and I've made so many friendships and met so many great people, and just the fact that when Miss Kosek needed somebody to come help her out, she knew that she could reach out to me. It made me feel really good, and I've always felt really confident about my place in this community.
Totally. Okay, we're gonna start off with a little icebreaker. We know you've been in many of the musicals here, so we wanted to ask you, what's your favorite character you've ever played?
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a really good question. Okay, I think probably my favorite role that I've played here would be my sophomore year in Sister Act. I played Sweaty Eddie. That was really fun. I got to be awkward and really embarrassing for a really long time, and then I got to have that one song where I got to change into a disco outfit and do a little dance, so that was really fun. But I think that might be my favorite role.
How about Matilda?
I did really like Matilda. Matilda was really fun. I loved my little monologue that I had. That was great and hard to remember, but a lot of fun.
Did you see me in the front row?
Yes. Did you see the one where I talked to the kid and the kid talked and argued back with me?
Yeah, I sure did.
Yep, that was great. But yeah, Matilda was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that show too.
So, are you familiar with the story, The Murder on the Orient Express?
Yeah, I am actually. I haven't watched the movie in years, but I remember watching the movie in theaters when it came out.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, I watched it with, I think, my sister and my mom when it first came out.
So good.
And it was really good, and then the twist happened, and I'm not going to spoil it on here, but the twist happened, and it was very, very interesting. So when I heard that we were doing it, I was sort of familiar, but I've deepened my familiarity through this show.
I agree. I didn't read the book. She read the book, but we watched the movie together. It was so good, but I didn't expect it to like it at all, and the twist was I didn't predict it.
Yeah, I didn't predict it either.
Oh, and the cast was so good.
Oh my gosh, the cast was so good. I didn't expect that Johnny Depp would be there.
Or what's his name? Aaron Burr.
Or McQueen.
Wait, or Josh Gad. Oh my god. Wait,
oh my gosh,
there was
he's a
such
queen.
a stacked cast. So the next question is, what are your expectations for the actors, directors, and yourself in terms of performance as an adaptation of the novel?
Okay, so for the cast, I expect them just to go up there and have fun. I mean, they know their stuff. They're really talented, but I'm expecting them to just go up there, do what they've trained for, and just have a good time with it. For the direction, I mean, Miss Baldwin is extremely talented. She's put these girls into a great position where they feel very comfortable 2 weeks out from the show. I mean, I think that they could put on the show today if they really had to. And then for the crew, I just hope that I really don't mess up. This will be my first time actually like playing a big crew role. I mean, I'd previously done shows with Jess for the middle school performing arts camp, but this time I will be actually like running stuff on the technical side instead of just doing transitions. And there's a good chance that I might be calling the show, which means that like I cue the people that do lights, I cue the people that do sound, I cue the people that do mics. So yeah, it's really involved, but we have a really good young crew that we're working with, and I mean they're great, and so I just hope that I can lead them to a successful show.
Are there any specific moments that like stood out to you in the show itself or in the production process?
So one of my favorite moments from the show is there's this one part where Dana, who plays Helen Hubbard, she gets up in her room in the train and starts dancing. And so like the songs that I found for that, because it has specific songs in the script, the 2 songs that I found for that I absolutely love so much, and every time I hear them they get stuck in my head. And so like I love that scene because the songs are really catchy, and it's just really funny seeing her dance in the middle of this like murder.
Per chance, can you sing it for us?
Oh,
Yeah, sing it for us.
That's really awkward.
Right now.
It's
Would we know it?
no, it's like an older song.
Or maybe a Matilda song?
Oh.
I mean, we can sing the Matilda song, but sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty.
That was really good, guys. That was really good.
To tag along to that, how was having a different perspective, like being backstage, since your typical perspective is from the stage, and how did that like change your view on the production process and making you appreciate things more on stage?
I don't know. It feels kind of weird, like, seeing it from the different perspective. I think I feel a lot more proud of where the show has become because, like, I've seen it from the early stages and, like, I can watch it from a viewer's perspective. It also helps that, like, I've done acting to, like, see that way. Like, whenever Miss Baldwin asks me what I think about, like, what certain specific scenes, like, I can give a little bit of input from my own perspective. But it's a little bit weird, but I also enjoy it a lot, like, being behind the scenes of it and like being able to make it so that the scenes run properly, because like I know how important tech is, and so like seeing these girls be able to really put or have everything together, like because they know their lines, so if I can help them with having sound and lights ready for them, it's really, really nice, and it makes me feel really good about the show.
How do the cast and crew complement each other and help each other behind the scenes?
Yeah, so the cast and the crew are very, very intertwined. So you can't have a show without both working in harmony for the most part. And, like, it's more difficult at first when the crew's still figuring out what they're doing and the cast is still figuring out what they're doing. Mm-hmm. But, like, I think we're really starting to work together in a better way. And, like, it's a lot of trust on both parts. Like, we have to trust the kids to make their cues so that we know what to do, and they have to trust us to make our cues so that they don't look silly, like expecting there to be music or expecting there to be a lighting cue. So we really have to work in really good harmony and in tandem so that everything comes together perfectly.
In conclusion, what do you want people to take away from this production?
I hope that people walk out of the theater thinking that it was a really great show, feeling very shocked and surprised, feeling very connected to these characters emotionally, because there's a huge emotional crux in the end of the show. So hopefully they feel like these characters are like real people and they feel like they can relate to them. I also hope that it encourages a whole group of people, of students, to come out and do the winter musical and all the future shows. Yep. Cinderella's going to be a lot of fun. I hope that the show inspires anybody who's maybe on the fence or hasn't thought about it to come out and audition.
What are you going to take away from this production experience?
I hope to really get my bearings on all of this. I mean, I've learned a lot from Miss Kosek. She's taught me a lot, but I really hope that I really hope that it makes it so that I'm in a position where I can go into a theater and be more comfortable with the surroundings. Mm-hmm. And like, for the 8th grade show, I'll also be having a similar role and all that stuff. But so I really hope that like it gives me a better, like, a better experience, and so that I can do all this stuff much easier, so that when the 4th grade show comes around and Jess isn't there and it's just me and the crew, that I can really take over and make sure that everything runs smoothly.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Of course.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Mini mic time!
What is your opinion on the show tonight?
I think it was excellent.
It was really good. It was phenomenal.
The stage setup, lighting was fantastic.
It was so good. Thanks to
Fantastic.
Acting was fantastic. Yeah.
it was so good. Thank you. Everyone watching.
Okay, so how did you feel about the show?
I really, really liked it.
It was so good!
So funny.
The set was so good. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Can we ask you a question for our podcast?
Sure.
So, what is your opinions on the show?
It was really good. My sister played in it. I think it was a lot better the second time.
So, Claire, what was your opinion on the show?
2 words, jaw-dropping.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I agree. Betsy, what is your opinion on the show?
I thought it was absolutely amazing, and I was blown away, and I had no idea who was the murderer.
Yes, phenomenal. Thanks to the cast.
What are your post-show thoughts?
I feel like I'm very content with how it ended up. You know, it was, in a good way. Like, okay, I think it was really successful. I think it's pretty much, I guess, the peak of what we've done.
When the set started moving, my jaw literally was on the
My jaw dropped the first time too.
It was amazing.
Mr. Cupid put on like those little gold things like last minute, and like even like the carpet, like he was working down to the wire, but it like shit really came together. Like
how about
no,
the
actually,
day of?
an hour before we opened. Yeah, an hour.
You guys were actually so good. Like
It was so good.
Okay, post-show thoughts.
I'm really happy it's over, and I'm happy that like I got to be this character for a little bit and experience her and all her joy and laughter.
You embodied her. Trust me.
Thank you.
Also, the dancing scene was so funny because us and RL talked about it before, and it really surprised me.
You really like that part.
You really liked that part.
Fun fact, today I broke the door, slamming the door. I also slammed my knee getting on stage.
Yep.
So,
Hey, it's okay.
I was sprinting.
Your last monologue was impeccable. I started tearing up, Annika. You were so good. What are your post-show thoughts?
It was a really hard show, especially tonight, because I was sick, so I had like a fever this morning and my throat is killing me. But I did it, and I don't know how I'm alive, but I survived it, and it was so worth it. And it was
You did it amazingly. You did it amazingly, Annika. You are amazing. You're amazing. Are we ready? Okay. Finally, we retrieved justice. He was a criminal. Daisy was my favorite niece.
Yes, indeed. He was a man who escaped justice for far too long. We had our reasons. We were a victim to our own right.
He took everything from us. Our loved ones, our peace.
Justice, however, must be served. But perhaps not in the way the law dictates.
Thank you, Monsieur Perrault.
Remember, my friends, sometimes justice is not black and white, and the heart often holds more than the law allows.